today I want to do some backpack reviews. I want to do the 3 main backpacks that I use and do a sort of a comparison between the 3. And I'm going to start with the cheapest. Let's have a look at this one first. So this is the Temu backpack. Depending on the listing, sometimes it'll say it's from Royal Mountain, and in fact that's the branding that's on here. Sometimes it says from King, sometimes it's somebody else, I can't remember. However, I found this last year and I think it's a fantastic pack for certain people in certain conditions. Now, this is a 50 litre pack all in. It's a roll top, as you can see. The material is maybe X-Pack. There's no real information on that, but it does feel like and look like X-Pack material. It does have a frame of sorts and a back panel that's off your back to help you sweat properly on the back. It is quite well put together. Is it top end materials? No. Is it good enough? Absolutely. Depending on your use case. Now I've had this one, I've taken, I don't know, pretty much all last year I was using this pack only. And it's in pretty good nick, to be honest, still. There's no real issues with it. I think there's some stitching coming away on the roll top. So what? Who cares? Anyway, so go around the outside. Nice big water bottle pockets on the side. Quite big. And adjustment straps on here as well to cinch everything in. We do have the toggle and loop system for trekking poles or ice axes, whichever one you want to call it. That's repeated on the other side. And then there's a massive pack, massive stretchy pocket on the back. Now, you can really overfill this. It's very overfillable. The temptation is to put loads in here. That's not always a good idea, but you can, and it'll let you. There's adjustments all over the place. The bottom also has loops for attaching. I suppose you'd have like a roll mat or something. Don't do that, people. If you really must put something in the bottom, put something on the bottom that's, you know, not going to hang off 3 feet either side of you. There is various adjustments all the way through. 2 or 3 ways of cinching down your roll top. So you can either roll it together, clip it together like this, or there's a side clip there, or there's further clips down here. You know, there's all sorts of different ways. On the belt, hip belt, we've got 2 averagely sized hip belt pockets, but they do have what is possibly, waterproof zips, waterproof-esque, let's say. Hip belt's okay, it's reasonably padded. The strap itself is absolutely fine. Same on the other side. And if we look at the harnessing system, it's not too bad. Does have load lifters. The straps are thin. There's not a huge amount of padding on these straps, but that's okay. And they make up for it by having lots of nice loop attachment points and 2 stretch pockets on the strap as well. These stretch pockets will take a standard 500ml bottle, no problem at all. These loops are excellent for attaching your chest rig or whatever it is that you're going to use. Like I said, it does have a lightweight frame. The frame can be removed. I don't know why on earth anyone would want to, but you could if you wanted to. Inside the pack, 1 big pocket, as you'd expect. However, it does have pocket for a hydration bladder. It does have a port for the hydration bladder. Where's that? On this side here. So if you were going to use one, you can. There's also a zip pocket on the inside. So overall, there's an awful lot going for this pack. Now, downsides. There's only one size. There is only this size, this 50 litre size, and it only comes in this back length. Now, I can just about use it. It's a little short for me, but it's usable for short distances. I would say if you are a little shorter, I'm 5'11", but if you're shorter than that, I think you wouldn't have too much of a problem. I think ladies, you might have much better use out of this because of the size and the weight of it. The weight of the whole pack is 1.18 kilos, so that's very light. I think this is a very good, durable first foray pack into ultralight gear without having to spend an absolute fortune. This, I bought it for £42 from Temu. I've seen them for 27, and in fact I bought a second one at 27 because I just couldn't believe how cheap that was. So I do have two of these in different colours. I think it's a great pack. Pack number 2 that we're looking at is the Naturehike Rock 60 plus 5 or 60 litre, it depends on the advert, to be honest. Markings on it is 60 litre. Now, this is a £70 pack. However, what you can see from it is slight improvements on lots of things from the Temu pack in general. There's one thing that I don't like, or that I think is a downgrade. Otherwise, I think it's an awesome little pack. Now, this is the version 1, there's a version 2 that's just come out. And I think the version 2 has made a series of improvements again. So let's have a look. So we do have lovely big stretchy pockets on the side for your water bottles. They are quite low down, so you can reach back and get water bottles. And they do have this sort of corded 2-point of attachment stuff like this, so that you can wrench it all nice and tight. It also means that you can put, things that are a lot taller go in this side pocket. You could put your tent in, I have done that, and just have it all cinched down nice and tight. Again, does have the loop and the cinch for your ice axe, trekking poles. Repeated on the other side. This one does have underneath a waterproof cover, comes with. The other one does not. Nice, huge, and I do mean huge, stretchy pocket on the back here. It's massive. It's much bigger than the Temu one, the Royal Mountain one, and I thought that was huge. So, that's great. Nice big stretchy pocket. It also has this little flap over the front, and there's another pocket in here. Now, it's just a pocket. I generally put the first pocket in there. On the version 2, they've included a zip pocket in this place as well. I think that's a good piece of change. Anyway, so same pleats on the other side. Nice big stretchy pockets. This is a framed pack. Now this is different. This doesn't have the off your back sort of approach that the Royal Mountain pack did, but it does have some really hefty padding. Again, this isn't adjustable, but it's a fair bit longer back length than the Royal Mountain is. Ignore this pouch, I've added that. If we look at the chest straps, shoulder straps, they are significantly wider and significantly more padded than the Temu backpack. You get one pouch, one water bottle pouch. You don't get the same quantity of rings and loops and things, so I've had to add some. But the straps are quite a lot longer. They come right the way down and sit better. Now I have added this extra pouch, which is a foam pouch, and it's got a waterproof zip and stuff. Put your glasses in it, put your smidge in it, that sort of stuff. I think that's a good addition. I wouldn't be at all surprised if the version 2 already has that second pouch. Slight downside, I think. Well, again, it's this Royal Mountain, this Naturehike versus the Royal Mountain. These zips on the pouches aren't waterproof. They fill backwards, so they zip to the back, which I think is sort of weird. Anyway, there are two of them. Belt buckle, absolutely fine, plenty of adjustment on the belt as well. Nothing really to say about that. It is a roll top. It does have, I believe, yes it does have a hydration port in the top there as well. It does have at least a clip and I think a pouch inside for your hydration bladder. There's also a couple of these tags that come over the top and attach to keep this little pocket shut. Roll top, obviously you can roll it together like that, or you can cinch it down to one of the side panels. That's entirely up to you. Now, I think this is a pretty good pack. I think it weighs roughly the same, might be a little bit heavier, but it is slightly longer and therefore it's a little bit more comfortable to carry. It's a good pack. This is the Naturehike Rock version 1, this one. Version 2 I think has some interesting improvements. So we've looked at the 50 litre Royal Mountain pack, the 60 plus 5 litre Naturehike pack. This is a 70 litre from Nightcap. I don't think it's got an actual name, I think that's it. This is quite a large pack, capacity wise, but doesn't feel quite so huge. Doesn't feel like Osprey sized. I did have the Osprey AG65. I got rid of it. I think it was just too heavy. It was like 2.2 kilos before you put anything in it, and I think it's just silly. Anyway, so this is a 70 litre, again it's a roll top. Again we've got even bigger, slightly less stretchy pockets on the sides there, but they do have a drawstring, so you can cinch it right up. Obviously cinches on the side there. That's good. Nice big pocket, again a nice big stretchy pocket on the front, and all this bungee on the front as well that you can cinch down, so you can put your waterproofs on the front and not have to have them on your pack at all. That's good. There is no pocket on the bottom, but there are some loops, so if you wanted to add your own straps you could. It does have the standard, ice axy type stuff. Couple of good things with this pack, a couple of different things with this pack. So this is a roll top, but it also has on the front here, not that I actually had to use this, but you can, that's what it's there for. There is a side access, so that's actual access right the way into your pack here. I've just got some random stuff put in it. So that's side access. That can be really handy if you know that your stuff you want, like say it is your waterproofs, you want them on the front, they're just sitting there, hit in, grab it, get out. Now again, we do have this little tab that comes over the top just to cinch down a little bit further. There's no other zip pockets in there as such. Stretchy pockets on the side again replicated. If we look at the belts, these are probably semi-waterproof zips, but I'm not entirely sure about the rest of the thing, whether that's particularly waterproof. However, they do open from the right end. The hip belt strap is quite large and chunky. However, this is the actual belt. I don't like that. It does give you some good adjustment points, but I don't particularly like it so much. As you can see, it's got some fairly wide and angled shoulder straps, but they are reasonably thin. They do come with 2 water bottle pouches, that's great. Normal load lifters and such. Those are all fine. Now this does have an adjustable back, apparently. I think it's one of those things that's really finicky. I don't think I've got this adjusted right at all. There's some bits here that attach there and slide up there, and some Velcro and what. Anyway, I haven't really figured all that out yet. I need to sort of dig in and make it all the right size. So it can be adjusted from, what's that, 50 centimetres at least to 55 centimetres. This, I would say, isn't quite so comfortable as the Naturehike pack, but it's a volume thing. We do have a hydration pouch, I believe, on this one. Let me just double check that. There's the other change. So, although it's roll top, there's also a zip. I think that's quite good. I quite like that. There is no separate pouch inside, but there is a clip to attach. Yeah, that's it. Just a clip. Now, I will eventually get this one dialed in. I will eventually get it the right size for my back, I hope. And it is the only one of the three that can be adjusted, so I will eventually do that. And I'm hoping it's a little, it loosens up a bit. It's quite stiff. I do wish these were a little bit thicker, but I think it's quite a good pack. Certainly the first one of these that I've seen from Naturehike, not from Naturehike, from Nightcat. So I don't know if this is their first iteration of backpack of this style. It's the first one I've seen, but it may not be their first. It's a good pack. I quite like all the toggle rings. I quite like the fact that I can get to it from the front. Stretchy pocket is obviously brilliant. This is okay, fine, whatever. Not really fussed about that so much. But yeah, so this is the big 70 Naturehike at 60 plus 5, Royal Mountain at 50 litres. So, what's my opinion? My opinion is all three have got different jobs and all three do them brilliantly. I think that the 50 litre Royal Mountain pack, I'll put it in my chair. I think this pack, as a cheap entry point pack into, you know, anybody's adventure into ultralight backpacking or camping, I think is a good pack for 40 odd quid. You know, you don't go wrong for 40 quid for that. And if it fits you, I think it's an awesome pack. Now the Naturehike, again this is version 1, not version 2, I think is a great starter pack too. I think it's comfortable. It's got pretty much everything right, almost. I want the pouches to open the other way, please. I want that second pouch on the other shoulder strap. Other than that, I'm good. It's a good pack. It carries really well. This is the big boy, right? There's another 10 litres on top of or at least 5 litres on top of the Naturehike one. There's some great things about this pack, and I think once I get it dialed in, it'll be a really good pack. But I've got to get that back adjustment to work properly. I think this is a great pack too. At 70 litres, I think you don't ever want anything more than that. I don't think so. If we look at these three packs together, they all have their place. They really do. They all have a use case. There's some crossover. So last year I was absolutely using the Royal Mountain pack. I've pretty much replaced that with the Naturehike pack for now, but if the wife ever comes with me, or the kids or whatever, then the Royal Mountain pack will be perfect for them. The Naturehike one is great for summer and shoulder seasons. It won't be my winter pack, I don't think. I think that'll be the nightcap, just because you do have a tendency to take some bulkier stuff. You know, I've got a bulkier quilt, for instance. Just that on its own requires a little bit more space. So I think there's some use cases where there's crossover and there's use cases where there isn't. All in all, Naturehike is a great pack currently for this weather condition, for the amount of gear that I'm carrying. The nightcap will be great in the winter. But as a first entry, this Royal Mountain pack for 40 odd quid, or maybe even 27 if you can catch it on a discount, is an awesome starter point to get you away from Osprey, from those massive backpacking packs where you've got so much weight just in the pack before you put anything in. I know they're robust and all that, but I think their time's gone.